Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video, and today we're going to be talking about Itzi and Annie in this new VIX Plus series called Las Pelotaris 1926. This new series is a Mexican action drama that follows these three women, Itzi, Adoya, and Cello, who are pelota vasca players, a sport similar to tennis and racquetball, and it's based on the history of the first women to conquer this sport at a professional level in the 1920s, at a time when women had no equality and all the drama that comes along with that. And also, you can check out this new series on Prime Video with a VIX Plus membership. But now let's get into Itzi and Annie. They met when they were younger while playing the sport pelota vasca. And during that time, they were actually in a relationship. Until one day, Annie broke up with Itzi, and Annie went on to get married to this man and had 2 daughters with him. Itzi ended up marrying her best friend, who's a gay man, just so that they can fit in with society's rules. But Itzi and Annie ends up reconnecting about 3 years later at this party. And that's when all these feelings that they had for each other started happening again, to the point where Itzi tried multiple times to get Annie back, but kept getting turned down. Annie's excuse was that she was married, she had these kids, and she even lied to her, telling her that she wasn't attracted to women. But Itzi knows she's lying, so she keeps trying to get her back until she finally gets tired of all the games. She's like, okay, I give up. But then that's when Annie wants to be like, don't give up. And that's how they end up finally kissing after all this time. Their relationship takes off after this point. It gets really intense and the chemistry is really good. But ultimately, they decide to work things out and to be together. Annie ends up leaving her husband, and Itzi says that she's going to quit playing the sport pelota vasca so that her and Annie can live together in this house that Annie has planned out for them. And Itzi is even saying that she's excited to be auntie to Annie's 2 daughters. But when Adoya, who I love and hate, finds out Itzi's plan to quit, she threatens to tell everybody about her and Annie because she's already noticed Itzi and Annie's relationship. And the only reason why she's saying that she'll tell is because if Itzi quits, it'll get in the way of her money and her getting her son back that was taken away from her when she was like 13 or 14. So Itzi broke up with Annie over this, and it set Itzi in this whole deep depression. But she didn't let Annie know the reason why she broke up with her. She didn't let her know that she was threatened by Adoya. She just told her that they couldn't be together and that she didn't want to be with her anymore. But Annie did eventually figure the whole thing out. So long story short, they did eventually start dating again up until they got into some mess that Adoya got them into. And without getting too off topic with Itzi and Annie, Adoya tried to set this man up and take his life, but he ended up not dying, so he came back for revenge, and he set Adoya and Itzi up to make it seem like they unalived Annie's husband and Itzi's father. So now they're in jail for something they did not do until Itzi's husband busts them out of jail. So now they're low-key on the run. Itzi's best friend husband ends up dying over this. And the thing is, the guy in charge at the police station knew that Itzi and Adoya didn't commit this crime, but he was going to keep them in there anyway. And before I forget, because this is a big part of the story, Itzi quit playing on the team that her father was in charge of and started playing on the team that Annie's husband was in charge of because Itzi's father is trash. And at one point, Annie's husband had her step in to coach the girls for a while, and that created tension between Itzi and Annie. But after Annie's husband dies, she does end up playing the sport again. Anyway, Annie gets convinced by the police that Itzi did try to unalive her husband because she didn't believe it at first. But now Itzi and Annie are not even speaking, and the relationship kind of just ended. Even when Itzi showed up at Annie's husband's funeral and got called out by one of Annie's daughters, and she had to run up out of there because she is on the run. But there was a look of hope on Annie's face when she saw Itzi at the funeral. I don't think the relationship's over. They just haven't had the time to talk since Itzi is on the run. Hopefully, if there is a season 2, we'll get to see a lot more of their relationship because the relationship just abruptly ended out of nowhere. But the series ended with Itzi having to play on this team with this douchebag a-hole of a manager, including Adoya and Cello. But trust me, that man will find out he does not want to play around with these women real quick because they will unalive you. Cello had to unalive her husband because he was abusive. He hit her in her stomach with her racket, so she had to serve him to the pigs. She let the pigs eat him up, literally. I just had to put that in there. But I highly recommend the show. It's a great show overall. Let me know if this seems like something you guys are interested in. Let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.